Hello again. Today we landed in Chiang Mai and have met up with some friends for a few days. After checking into our guest house and having a bite to eat, we headed off to find some transport. We chose to hire a couple of 150cc motorcycles, so after a bit of paperwork and a check over of the bikes, we hit the road. We decided to head up and see Doi Satep. After a quick introduction to Chiang Mai traffic, we made our way out of town and headed up the mountain. The road is very windy but is in good condition, and I think we all love the feeling of being on the bikes. The first stop was a waterfall on the side of the road. I think it's called Huai Rap Sadet and is not far from Doi Satep. We parked the bikes on the side of the road and set off on foot. They seemed to have a well-used track up the side of the waterfall to a viewing point. The water was flowing, which was cool considering it's April now, the hottest time of the year. We made our way back down to the bikes and set off. You might think my helmet is a bit strange looking, but basically it was the only one that would fit at the place we hide the bikes from. And apart from the local police trying to enforce helmet wearing, I wouldn't ride without one. As you will see, the road is extremely windy and the corner coming up caught us both off guard, and we barely managed to stay in our own lanes, and we were seriously only doing about 40 kilometres an hour. Now we are approaching Doi Satep and the road widens and there is a lot of parked cars and buses. There's also a lot of markets lining the edge of the road. We rode right through and went into Buping Palace first, which was more like a botanical garden. There is respectful dress standards here, so no shorts or sleeveless shirts, etc. We walked around the gardens and then headed back to Doi Satep. Doi Satep has a huge stairway up the mountain to the temple. There's fantastic views over Chiang Mai city, so here's a few photos. Day 2, we headed out towards the Tiger Kingdom, and although we did stop there, we didn't pay to have our pictures taken with the tigers. We rode on a bit further and stopped at King Cobra Show, and wow, this place is actually really cool. The young guy showed us around and let us hold pythons and scorpions, and then we watched the live snake show.
Some snake, they have the black color.
Now these are real cobras with fangs and venom that can bite. The guys seemed quite comfortable handling them, and they did extract venom from the snake towards the end of the show, just to show us it was real.
Hey. Alright, first time and the last time for you. There. Bye. Wow. Really good.
It was time to move along, so we headed to the Mae Sa waterfall. Now we were not disappointed, and it was a really nice place, but it was more like a series of rapids at this time of the year, and a really long walk if you wanted to see it all. We did about a third of it, and then decided to head off and look for some lunch. Just before leaving, we rode up the hill to some markets, did buy a few little things, and the prices were not expensive at all. Really good value. For lunch we had already decided to stop at a place called Nha Nang, after seeing it on YouTube by some other travellers who recommended it, and yes, they were right. The food was awesome and the service fantastic, even to the point they moved their bikes and tables to allow us to park our bikes in the shade while we ate. Next stop was Queen Sirikit Botanical Gardens. Like most places, it had a small reasonable entry fee. The place was huge and very well cared for, had a Lakewood flower garden at the top with valley views. We continued our ride around the mountain and back to Chiang Mai, about 100 kilometres all up. Join us next time as we drive to Bai.